If you're in the market for a nice enthusiast DSLR with lots of bells and whistles, and one that captures great stills and video, we'll tell you why you should have a look at the Canon EOS Rebel T5i. Hey guys, Larry Becker here, and you're looking at the Canon EOS Rebel T5i. It's called the 700D outside the US. It's an 18 megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor equipped camera that shoots impressive images and captures great 1080p video at 30 frames a second. Now, as a reviewer, it's only natural for me to look at the last model Canon released in this space of their lineup and tell you about the differences. Here's the list. The mode dial on the T4i has a stopping point and the T5i rotates all the way around. There's real-time preview of creative filters in live view on the T5i. The finish is a little bit different and the T5i can zoom digitally during movie recording. One final difference is that the T5i is available in a kit with an 18 to 55mm STM lens, and the T4i is available in a kit with an 18 to 55mm lens that's not an STM lens. Other than that, the T4i and the T5i are identical. I'd bet that some shoppers will just look at the two cameras and pick up the discontinued T4i while it's still available because it costs a little bit less. If you're not looking for a comparison review and you just want to know about the features and performance of the T5i, there are a bunch of reasons this is a great camera. The T5i is available as a kit with this 18 to 135mm f3.5 to 5.6 STM lens. If you plan to shoot any video, that's a big deal because STM lenses are new Canon technology that allows for practically silent focusing during filming.
All right, let's see. Flicker looks good, but what's it need?
One of my favorite things about this camera is the touchscreen access to all kinds of settings, plus touchscreen image review. I took the T5i to Lowry Park Zoo in Tampa, and I really loved using the touchscreen access to review my images, among other things. Going back to other cameras that don't have a touchscreen is kind of disappointing now. The only thing is to make sure that you have a good microfiber cloth with you all the time so that you can keep those smudges off the screen. The T5i has a cool feature in live view shooting that takes advantage of the touch screen itself. It's called Touch Shutter. When it's enabled, you just touch on the live view screen and the camera focuses where you touched and it snaps a shot. It can be a bit slow to respond, but you can speed it up if you're in bright light and you already have the image pretty much pre-focused. Another nice thing about the LCD is how it's articulated. Twist flip LCDs that let you hold the camera low or high or even stand in front of it and still see the LCD clearly is the kind of thing that's ideal for videographers and self-portraits. The 18 megapixel sensor has a native ISO range of 100 to 12,800 and it's expandable up to 25,600, so you should expect good low light performance. The autofocus system uses 9 cross-type sensors for fast response, and the center focus point is a dual cross-type sensor rated for use at f2.8. Just one more feature that'll help your low light shooting. The T5i runs on Canon's Digic 5 processor, and the camera's burst rate is 5 frames a second, and I was able to shoot around 22 full-size images to my Class 10 SD card before the shooting rate slowed down a little bit. Posted specs claim that as many as 30 JPEG images can be shot in that burst group, but the fastest card that I had was rated at 400x, so you may get better results than I was able to. Because this camera is intended for novices and enthusiasts, you'll find all the pro shooting modes like program mode, shutter priority, aperture priority, and full manual. But you'll also find several great automatic modes for beginners and intermediate users. Canon's answer to full auto mode is called Scene Intelligent mode. There's also a special scene mode that has 3 options: night portrait, handheld night, and HDR backlit. One last scene mode Canon has on several of their cameras, which I really like for those who are not quite novice shooters, is called Creative Auto Mode. Rather than just full auto mode for a complete novice who doesn't want to set anything, many new shooters out there know that they want a particular look, but they aren't really sure how to get it. For instance, they may want a blurred background, and if they don't yet understand shutter speed, aperture, and ISO settings necessary to get the look they want, they can just use the simplified settings in creative auto mode to get the look they're going for. The T5i's video performance is darn good too. It can capture full 1080p HD at 30 frames a second, and besides the onboard stereo microphones, you can plug in an external mic if you want. You can also adjust sound levels in camera, and there's a movie servo mode for auto-focusing. I like how quickly accessible video shooting is from any mode dial position because you just flip the on-off toggle switch past the on position and you're in video mode. Now just press the live view button and you're shooting movies. You can snap images while you're filming, but I wouldn't recommend it because there were a few dropped frames in the video when I did this, and you can also hear the shutter click, especially if you're using the onboard microphones. When you look at the price point of the T5i and what it has to offer, whether it's part of an STM lens kit or as a body alone, you'll see that Canon has created a nicely built, well laid out 18 megapixel DSLR. It's a solid competitor in this class of camera. So whether this will be your first DSLR or just the next DSLR in your collection, you're sure to love the images, videos, and that great touchscreen LCD. For B&H and Kelby Training, I'm Larry Becker. Thanks for watching.
For more information, please visit us online, give us a call, or stop by our New York City Superstore. You can also connect with us on the web.